Hey everyone, UVS Games has given me some reveals today for the Star Trek Lower Decks decks. I have been given some stuff from Beckett's kit. I'm a big fan of both the Chaos and the Order symbols, so I requested to have this character, and we have her, who you've already seen, and we have another version of her on one different symbol with a different effect. This one kind of Ochako 4 shaped a little bit in terms of like unflipping face down foundations. It's a consistent +3 damage pump generally because there's a lot of flip costs on foundations in the format. And her effect helps you smooth that over a little bit by just if you hit your opponent, advancing your own game plan. So she's pretty cool in that regard. She also goes from a 6 to a 7-hander. So we got that going for her. We got some new assets to show off. I think all of the decks have the Ceratops in it. This asset's actually super duper cool. I am a big fan of it. And any deck on these symbols that wants to play like a slower game plan or like just wants to artificially inflate your hand size by 1 every turn and like sculpt your first check, it's very good. It's very cool. Being on Chaos also gives you access to building this in the middle of your combo with the attack that has Blitz build an asset in from AOT 1. So this card I think is going to be very cool. You can also, since it's on the life symbol, block with it and build it in with Desperate Plea from AOT 2. Beckett's Batleth I think is mostly just for Beckett herself as a deck. Not sure exactly what other stuff this could be going in. But it is cool to see some water attuned stuff. We haven't had any attuned stuff for water yet. So we'll be getting a lot of good stuff from this deck to help towards that. Maybe expand the attuned pool out. And then for her first UR, we have Unfazed. This card's actually super interesting. In any character that really disincentivizes you to block, this is kind of just like potentially 14 damage on 2/6 checks, which isn't great. But in any character where you don't want to hit them or where they're just like not down to take 7, this is smoothing over all of your checks for the entire turn on an Echo. So like anyone who gets snap momentum and leads their string with this is either guaranteeing damage or forcing your opponent to blow some sort of impactful trick early to stop you from cheating progressive for the rest of the turn. So I think this card is very neat. It also has weapon, so it's just another chaos weapon. I think Toga will really appreciate this card. And then Moopsie is a foundation with an ally tag on it, so we're getting a little bit more ally synergy to facilitate some of the stuff that's rotating next year. And then your rival's next check being -1, repeatable enhance that you can do every time you can commit this. It's getting characters that re-ready foundations, namely Beckett herself, and then a couple other characters. And then the last 2 cards that I have for today's reveals, both are very solid cards. Huge fan of 1/6s with good block mods. Love good spam. And this character, when you re-ready it, it's just like an extra like smooth over for your draws. She does it pretty easily. So it's just good water attuned spam. So any character that needs like a 6 check rather on water attuned is gonna really appreciate this card. And then we have a new mechanic. It's Blitz Speed. Frenzy is +1/+1 for each attack that's been blocked this turn. And her attack actually passes Frenzy to the next attack also, if this one's blocked. Notably, this has a really good block mod. It's also a mid punch on water. So you can slot this in pretty easily into any of the decks that are playing Kendo's like all mids package that have water attuned. And that has a really easy home in there, and it's very solid. Notably, there's also a few water punches in the June Tekken deck that you can help, add more to the water punch archetype than what was just given to us with the June starter. But yeah, those are my reveals. I hope you guys enjoy them. I should be having some more reveals for this specific Tekken deck later on, possibly next week. And I hope you all enjoy the decks, and you can get them wherever UVS Games products are sold.